Hi, it's Maria here. It is Saturday, the 20th of July, and I just haven't been able to make any videos because I brought my phone to the repair shop. And First of all, they ended up with flawed glass and they had to get replacement glass in again, so that delayed it. But the other thing was that my Air phone bill came out of my bank account twice and messed my whole budget up. So it took a miracle from a very good friend today for me to get my phone back. And Yeah, so it's been the last few days have been tricky, but before that, last Sunday, I was in fantastic form. So it's just about 1:30 on Sunday the 14th of July. And Yeah, I went down to retrieve the sage from the classroom and I just lit it again. There's only a very, very small bit left, as you can see, I think there now. So I'm literally going to just throw it in the fireplace and I'm going to burn some papers with it and let it go so that whatever up my chimney, it feels like something to do with speaking up about something. And I've opened the windows as well down in my classroom so that all the fresh air can come in now. So hopefully energetically that whole place is being transformed. And look how well that looks. I'm sitting in the opposite chair to where I normally sit. So just giving you a look around my room now. Yeah, and look at the love up there on the top as well. Yeah, this all feels great. Here I am sitting beside that new tree and my prosperity corner. All is well, and this is going in the fire. So the fire is on now, and I'm actually having a very interesting feeling of completion. Here's the empty tray, and that's the sage. Sorry for the banging. That's the sage I've been using since, for the whole time of this 321 focus story. So yeah, it's like something is done. Something is done. It's completed. So it's 4:30 on the 14th of July, and I'm at my kitchen table. It's absolutely fabulous outside. It's actually so hot that I decided to sit at the table, and so I was reading my Florence Scovel book. I was doing a bit of journaling, and then I suddenly felt I wanted to start working with Perelandra, Soilless Garden Companion, and so I brought a couple of the books up with me, and but this is the one I've been drawn to start with, and I've just read some of the instructions, and I've got as far as chapter 1, and it says to start a soilless garden is to open yourself up to quite an adventure. And then as you read down, it says, if you do open one, remember to expect the unexpected. So I'm ready to start expecting the unexpected and to start working with the power of nature, because there's something very powerful created out there, and if that could help to feed my business and my life, which is what I expect is going to happen, that would just be absolutely wonderful. So reading on, it states, in order to start a soilless garden, you need to choose a project or goal and then succinctly and precisely describe its definition, direction, and purpose, i.e. D.D.P. So it's funny, I kind of felt like this is what the tree is on the wall that I drew on, what was it, the 5th of July. I think that's actually a pictorial representation of my D.D.P, but I'm just going to have to sit with it for a few minutes and see if that's right. So I'm just having a major aha moment here. I know many times, both in what I've written and what I've shared in videos, I've said, an acorn knows it's going to be a mighty oak, and a chestnut knows it's going to be a chestnut. And that, a chestnut doesn't expect to grow up to be an oak tree and vice versa. And I think this is the tree that is me. And yeah, so we all need to work out what our right tree is. This is moving fast now, so it's only 4:45 and already this is what I've just I suppose, channeled and written down as the D.D.P. So I want to start a movement, and I almost spelt the word with a U, as in like French mouvement. So I want to start a movement to help people uncover the vision of their right true self in full bloom. So this vision of the divine design and the perfect realization of the divine plan can guide them at all times to become all that they are for the highest good of all. In this way, as we all reach our optimal perfect expression, together we will create heaven on earth, the new and divine world order. So this is the start of something really big and something really special. So I went to Dublin for the moon medicine event on Tuesday for the full moon and the solar eclipse. And I also went to visit the Irish Jewish Museum with my daughter before the full moon the moon medicine event at the full moon. And it was really amazing because the lady who was there, Hilary Abramson, I had met her on the 18th of March 2018 when the Her Story event was on during the snow. And it's funny because she kept flashing into my head for a few days before I actually went to the museum on, what was that, the 20, I'm not sure what date that was, whatever date, 16th or 7th, 16th of July. And it was really strange because she was there. We saw her face the minute we arrived at the door. And but I've learned this new word called beshert, which is it was meant to be, because she actually wasn't meant to be there on Tuesday. But likewise, there were another couple there on their honeymoon from New York, and they also weren't meant to be there. So we ended up having a lovely coffee in Bretzel Bakery afterwards. But I was deeply, deeply moved by everything in the Jewish Museum, and I just couldn't stop crying. So it's been a very strange few days. I've been really, I suppose, feeling that eclipse and the full moon, because this full moon has been all about old patterns coming up. And in fact, that's what really happened to me. You know, I've been really challenged again by not having the money I need, or by everything going wrong. And of course, I got out my journal and I really worked through it all, because the air bill was quite amazing when I really sat with it, because I wasn't getting the message until I got doubly charged. And first of all, my original bill was €132.89, and 132 is MB, and 89 is the year I got married. And then they reduced it to 87.89, and I was getting a €45 credit note, and 45 is the house number that I owned with my ex-husband in Dublin, and it's a number of change, you know, the changes you need to make. But 87.89 I got charged twice. And then I realized that was when I graduated and when I got married. And those years were the years, it's like I've paid the price twice for the decisions I made or didn't make at that time, because I do believe a lot of the time when you don't know how to say no and you just keep going along with things, or you're not strong enough in yourself and you feel you have to go along with things and you don't believe there's a way to live your life your way, that you do end up paying a price. So it's interesting, as soon as the phone came back, within a few minutes there was a text message to say that my refund is on the way and it'll be in my bank account within the next 3 to 5 days. So this is what I've just had to do now. It's Saturday the 20th of July, and yeah, I have gotten my phone back today, earlier on, and I haven't made a video in ages because my phone was broken, and it was in the repair shop called Recharge, and they did a great job. And I know it's a message for me to recharge, but what I'm actually doing now is this, as you can see, is dated the 20th of the 2nd of 2018, and today in fact is the 20th of July 2019, so it's there for a year and 5 months in that window. And I'm just feeling, you know, here I am in the classroom, we're still in stalemate, even though I don't really want to say that out loud. And I'm gonna now stick this up here, so I've got a Euro Millions jackpot check, and a jackpot check, and I'm going to put the two of them up here because that's what it feels like I'm meant to do. So that's my next task. So yeah, I just found a bit of Christmas gift sellotape, and I didn't even know I had any. It's not actually originally mine. I obviously inherited it, probably from Melanie. And so there it was, and I've put it up there now, and that feels really right. Let's see what happens. So look, that's it for me for now. I'm just gonna sit here. I've got a nice mug of coffee over there. I'm feeling in a very feel very calm and very safe, and I actually feel like this pattern of lack and injustice is finally lifting from me. And I think something really big is about to happen in the next 3 to 5 days for me. And I really look forward to seeing what it is, and I look forward to letting you know what it is as well. Because likewise, the logbook for the car still hasn't shown up. So there's a lot of things that are still going on that aren't resolved, and I know there's a lot of big messages in them. So I suppose my challenge for you today is, start to notice the messages that the universe is trying to give you and try to make sense of them. And then when you work out what it is, act on them or acknowledge them, because it is a really, really miraculous and magical world that we live in. So look, I look forward to seeing you on another video again soon. Take care. Bye.